Welcome back, everyone. It is Tuesday, November 4th in the NBA. My four favorite plays are on the way, as well as day two of our new segment, The Streak. We'll dive into that in just one moment. If you are new, my name is Austin. Thanks for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button, drop a like as well. Let's recap how we did on Monday. A positive day for us, up 1.23 units, stepping in the right direction. We cashed all of our one-unit plays with Cat over in points and rebounds, sweat free. Russell Westbrook over in PRAs, sweat free. And then our VIP play cashed as well. Our only two losers in terms of props, we had Pritchard's over in assists. The Celtics, I don't know what, they shot 20 something percent from three. Disgusting. And then Rui Hachimura is under in points. I talked about it yesterday. I only played it for a half unit because I thought Luka might not play. And then, of course, Reeves also didn't play. So I would have never taken that had I known that. But it is what it is. We played for a half unit. That's sometimes the really bad thing about taking some unders in the NBA once you got some teams on back-to-backs. The only kind of annoying thing yesterday, we did some Russell Westbrook and Peyton Pritchard parlays. For Russ, we took him for 10 points and 10 assists, as well as the triple-double. I should have just taken the double-double because that cash. And honestly, I'll be honest with you, I keep this in the video. I accidentally yesterday placed 10 points and 10 rebs. Of course, he cashes that one, not the one I meant to place. You just hate to see it. But I digress. Let's move on. We have a good slate today. Let's dive into things. I'll begin with my first play of the day. It is Josh Giddey, over 37.5 points, rebounds, and assists, minus 120 on DraftKings, a one-unit play. I'd play the 38.5. I'd honestly play it at 39.5. I think Giddey gets 40 plus, or he probably ends in the low 30s. Now, Giddey and the Bulls are at home here taking on the Sixers. You have a high total at 239.5. So a lot of points, a lot of possessions are expected. The Sixers are a fast playing team. So are the Bulls. Now, I love the upside in all the categories for Josh Giddey. Most notably, I love points and rebounds, but Josh Giddey's capable of going out there and getting 12 assists, especially against a team like the Sixers, who I'm not too high on them defensively, especially with Joel Embiid playing tonight. Joel Embiid is going to command a lot of usage, obviously. And Josh Giddey, I think the rebounds are a good angle because Josh Giddey's just chilling down there, guarding who? Kelly Oubre, maybe Quentin Grimes. So again, he's just chilling down there, grabbing some boards. He's not going to guard Maxey, not probably going to guard Edgecombe or obviously Embiid. Love the upside in rebounds. And we've seen Giddey balling out last three games, 40, 51, and 46 PRAs. Like I said, high total in this game. The first few games of the season felt like they were kind of holding back Giddey a little bit in the minutes. Only played around 28 to 32, 33 minutes. Last two games against the Knicks, 38 minutes in both those two games. They've been playing him a ton. And as I said, the Sixers are a struggling defense in this season. They rank 27th in transition defense and 29th versus the pick and roll ball handler. Those are two places where Giddey scores about a third of his points each. So about 2/3 of his points come in places where the Sixers rank bottom 5 defensively. Joel Embiid's not going to improve that defense. Sure, he's maybe a decent rim protector, but again, it's Joel Embiid. We know he's not trying too hard on defense. So I think the Giddey and Vucevic pick and roll should be free as air today. And like I said, I love Giddey's upside and rebounds. We saw him face them last season. That was a game in which Giddey only played 31 minutes. I think it was a blowout. He had 25 points, 16 rebounds, and 6 assists. So again, crushed the PRA line in only 31 minutes. If this game's tight, he could realistically play closer to 36 to 38. And as I said, you look at Giddey, I think he has a great matchup for scoring because I don't really think the Sixers have a lockdown guard, but also or wing defender, if you will, but he's also had the potential rebounds, 10 plus potential rebounds and 12 plus potential assists in 4 straight games. His last two versus the Knicks, 21 and 19 field goal attempts. Again, I think he should be able to drive and get to wherever he wants here today. I love his over in PRAs. Taking the PRAs because Josh Giddey's capable of going out there and getting a triple double. But like I said, if I had to choose individual ones, it would be points and rebounds. I do think there's upside though with the assists, but again, that line's already at 8.5. But I think Giddey could easily go out there and get 25 plus points, 12 plus rebounds, and 12 plus assists. Certainly crazier things have happened. My second play, we have another over. Let's talk all about Trent Jr. over 12.5 points, plus 100 on FanDuel. Another one unit play for him and the Bucks as they're on the road taking on the Raptors. Now, if you're looking for a little bit of a motivation spot, Trent Jr. did play about 4 seasons with the Raptors. So going back to Toronto, maybe he wants to turn up a little bit, but he's already faced them already this season at Toronto. So I'm not too bought in on that added motivation spot. Maybe if it was the first game of the season. But again, Trent Jr., I think there's some upside here in 2 different ways. Now, the Bucks are on a back-to-back. So a guy like Giannis, who hit the game winner yesterday, props to him, tough fadeaway, but he was also questionable going into yesterday's game. So would it surprise anyone if Giannis does not play today? No, and maybe by the time you're watching this, you're like, Austin, Trent Jr.'s line is 4 points higher because Giannis isn't playing. Yeah, that wouldn't shock me at all. I'm recording this at 9 a.m. Yeah, I would not be surprised. But I also could say if Giannis plays, the number one focus on the Raptors will be slowing down Giannis. And that's kind of what we saw in the first match, where we saw Trent Jr. score 20 points on 7 of 15 shooting in only 29 minutes. Obviously, 7 to 15, solid. But I still think if Giannis plays or doesn't play, if he plays, Gary Trent Jr. is going to get some wide open looks, much more efficient looks. If he doesn't play, they're going to be looking for scoring from someone. I think Gary Trent Jr. could step up, a guy that can create his own shot. We saw in the only game that we saw Giannis not play in. We saw that versus Golden State. And Gary Trent Jr. hit this over at 13 points. Didn't shoot well. Shot 4 for 14. So again, shot below 30%, but the usage was high enough to get him there. And that was in a game when Ryan Rollins, his teammate, scored 30 plus. He also had Kyle Kuzma playing well. Also, Cole Anthony played well. Pretty much everyone played well. And Gary Trent Jr. still got 14 looks. I still think that's a good upside spot for him. The Raptors are a struggling defense in the way that Gary scores. He scores 59% of his points on spot up opportunities and catch and shoot, stuff like that. Raptors rank 25th out of 30 teams. Transition, the Raptors are about league average, and then free throws, the Raptors are once again bottom 5. So I see some upside in all categories. Do I know if Giannis plays or not when I record this? Heck no, but I think there's a good enough, less than non-zero chance that Giannis does not play today. And so if he doesn't, this line should go up. I still think Gary Trent Jr. can get the job done at plus 100 on 12.5. Certainly think he can get it done. He's not the number one guy that they're worried about catch and shoot wise. It's probably AJ Green. They did a decent job defending Gary. I think he shows up. Give me him to score 13 or more points. 13, my lucky number. My third play is my last 1 unit play of the day. It is an under in points. It's my Double Club exclusive play. They're positive on the season. We're going to try to hit another one. I would argue the under in points is probably my second favorite play of the day. If I'm being honest, I almost made it bigger than that. But it is another team on a back-to-back. It's in the Clippers and Thunder game. There, I'll give it to you. It is in Clippers and Thunders. You can join if you seek 50% off your first month. It's only $7.50. Get you the next month of our Dub Club exclusive plays. And they're going to start printing. I'm telling you. November's going to be a good month for us. Just wait for the heater to start. Could start today. It's an 100 points. Go join. My fourth play is not a full unit play, but it is a three-quarter unit. It is Grayson Allen under in threes, 3.5 to be exact. Minus 159. So I get it. It's a little bit juicy. I made it a three-quarter unit play because if it hits, we win back about a half unit. I don't know if I'd play it for a full unit because I don't really want to lay that much juice on a minus 160, but I don't think this line should be 3.5. And if he cashes 4 threes, tip the cap to him. But I really think this is a tough matchup for him against the Warriors. Now, obviously the Warriors, if you're looking for a motivational spot, the Warriors have lost 2 in a row, and they shouldn't have lost to the Pacers and the Bucks. So it's 2 shorthanded teams. So coming back home here, their schedule's really weird. They have a lot of road games, 1 or 2 home games, and then a bunch more road games. So again, gotta take control and take care of business at home. Simple as that. And Grayson Allen's had some upside and some good moments in this season for the Suns, but again, he's faced teams like the Jazz, who give up a ton of catch and shoot threes. Teams like the Spurs, where they were basically giving up every catch and shoot three. Now he will face a team like the Warriors, who are a little bit pissed off because they've lost 2 straight. And I just see it a tough spot where they're going to be like, oh, Grayson Allen beat us. Heck no. The Warriors are a top 10 defense for spot up shooting and above the break threes, where Grayson Allen, if you're looking for where he shoots his threes, very rarely is he in the corner. It's mostly above the break threes where the Warriors have been good. So I just don't see the Warriors leaving Grayson Allen open. If there's anyone left open, it's going to be a guy like Ryan Dunn or one of those guys. Fine, you beat us. Look, I just don't know if Grayson Allen's getting up 10 threes tonight. If he does, I honestly think this is a terrible read. If I had to pick how many threes he gets up, I say it's between 4 to 8. And if you look at his last 50 games in which he shot 4 to 8 threes, somewhere in that range, he's under this line at 80% of games. Now, I would say if he shoots 9 or more, he probably goes over. But I don't think he's shooting 9 or more. So I'll take the under 3.5 threes, a three-quarter unit, 0.75, play it at minus 159. At 2.5, I'm probably off there because that's a big difference. But I think the line should stay at 3.5. If you're maybe on FanDuel and you want to do an alternate line, maybe you can use one of the legs I'm about to talk about in the streak. You can check that out. Either way, that's my final play of the day. I might have a long shot parlay for the Dub Club, but it feels like with the NBA long shots, I always choose the wrong thing. And it's like I have the right read, wrong thing, and it just pisses me off. But let's get into the streak. Again, if you are new to the streak, this is kind of the premise. We start with $25 or 0.25 units. So again, $25 is 0.25 for me. I normally put $100 on all the plays. Could put more, but I really don't need to lose more than that on any play or win more than that. I'm content with that and winning you guys some money. But again, only start with 0.25 unit. Yesterday's did smack. It should be here. We did cash yesterday. We love to see it. Geez, I have the wrong size. Whatever. You guys understand. We cashed yesterday, which we would love to see to do it again. Giannis and Cat both got the rebounds today. This is the one I'm rolling with. It is going to be Josh Giddey for 15 points and Josh Giddey for 6+ rebounds. Now, I think he has a good chance as any to get both these two lines. Minus 280. I know that's not great value. But again, that's not the premise of the streak, is to search for great value, to search for things that you don't see losing. And I think Giddey gets 15 and 6 at home here. I think he could do that in one half, if I'm being honest. And he might do that in the first half. But again, you look at Giddey's hit rates, 15+ points in 26 of his last 27, 6+ rebounds in 25 of his last 26. So basically, they've hit every single game in the last 26 games. So I think he's got a good chance of turning our $30 now into about 41. If we can hit day 2 and day 3, we'll already have recouped our initial investment, and then we'll figure out where we're going to go. Again, I don't know if where we stop along this train. Like I said, this is assuming that you do $25 or whatever your unit size is, and it's only minus 500. So if you hit 20 in a row, that'd be about $1,000. Again, our first one was already minus 450. This next one is minus 280. So the $41, we're already cruising along. That would be where you'd be if you hit day 3. We're already going to be there at basically day 2. So either way, hopefully you guys enjoy the streak. It's a fun thing. We'll see where we can get. If we turn $25 into 100, cool. I don't know. It's just something I want to spice up the thing for November. See if we can go on a streak, if you will, and we'll see what we do. I do not know if I'll have day 2 of the ladder challenge today. If I do, it'll be later. I'm going to wait for some NBA alternate lines to come out, try to cook up something there. But again, NBA ladders have not been hitting, so I don't know if we want to force one in there, especially after we finally got off day 1. But we'll see. Either way, thanks for tuning in. It's Austin. I'm signing out. See you guys in the next one. Good luck on all the wagers. If you want to join the Dub Club, you can. 50% off with the link in the description. Let's have a day. Peace.